did your weekend go? We had Black Friday, we had Small Business Saturday, and we had Cyber Monday all happen over this past weekend. And I want to talk to you about how it's actually not over. This is just the beginning. So let's reframe where you're at. Let's get adjusted because I'm in a new spot for my Facebook Lives. And I want to say hi to you guys. So please, if it's your first time joining or if you're watching the replay, say hi below. I want to know what your name is. I want to see where you're from. What kind of store do you have? Check in with me. And I want to go through some of this stuff because I think it's really important for you to start to really understand that while this weekend was our retail Super Bowl, it's also we still have a whole season to play. So let's talk about how the successful boutiques, a lot of my clients had amazing weekends, and that's great. But also, I want to teach you right now some of the things they did so that they really knocked it out of the park, because these are things you can implement now and continue to still have success. So, okay. Hi, I haven't been live in so long. Say hi. I'm going to share this real fast with my Facebook group. If you are not in my Facebook group yet, I want to drop that. I'm sitting on the floor. I got my fireplace with my stockings happening. It's definitely winter. And it's definitely the holidays. Happy holidays. Let's see. Oh yeah, okay. The shot looks pretty good. I never know how it's gonna look, you guys. I always just come live and I'm like, okay. All right, I'm gonna share this to my group. It's called the Fashion Truck Tribe. If you're not in it, I wanna let you know that you should join. There's tons of resources. So if you're looking for vendors, you're looking for, oh God, what were we talking about today? Sending invoices in Shopify. I mean, the conversations in there sometimes are really basic. Sometimes we have more advanced conversations. But it's just a really good group. So I want to invite you to join. All you have to do is search in the search here on Facebook. In the search tab, just search for the Fashion Truck Tribe, and we should pop right up. And we actually are now accepting members every single day because I have a new amazing member on my team that I'm pumped about. So, okay. Posting there. Here we go. Here we go. Jessica is joining me. She's tagging Kaylee. Hi, guys. Hi, Joni. In the middle of her move. Hi, Vianney. Hi, Sasha. And Rose, good to see you. The weekend was amazing, says Rose. Okay, so as always, I have my notes. So let's discuss, okay? Aloha, Lexi. Hi. Okay, so number one, a lot of people were asking me before this weekend, what should I be offering? What is the typical thing that I should be doing each day? And first of all, it's really hard for me to say, oh, this is the blanket answer for everyone. Because to be honest with you, there isn't a blanket answer. It depends on how long you've been in business. It depends on how much inventory you have, what kind of store you have. Every single person that I coach one-on-one had a different strategy. So that's the thing is I can't just give a blanket answer. What I can tell you though, is that the thing that the women I saw who had really amazing weekends, I'm going to give you the three things, okay? The three things. One is it doesn't matter. Oh, I have a good stand here. It doesn't matter what you offer. It matters how you show up. Okay, I'm going to repeat that because I think it's important. It doesn't matter what you offer. It matters how you show up. So what I know to be true is that any big weekend or and listen, you can decide that next weekend's going to be your big weekend, or in 2 weekends it's going to be your big weekend. It doesn't matter, right? Whenever I launch a program, that's a big weekend for me. So I go all out, I go all in. And it matters that during those weekends, you protect your energy, that you show up fully, that you are almost aggressively posting, emailing, talking to your people, because that's your opportunity to be in front of them. You have a reason to be there, okay? And listen, you have a reason every day to be in front of your people. You are offering a service, you are providing beautiful clothes, you're providing inspiration, yada, yada. But like, also know that because we exist in the retail industry, like there are times when it's just a little bit more appropriate to be aggressive. I mean, I was sitting at my computer on Friday, I think Friday and yesterday, obviously, and my computer was like, bing, 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 my phone, my computer, my iPad. Like people were sending emails like crazy. People were posting like crazy. And here's the deal, guys. If you aren't comfortable being sort of aggressive, and again, like, I don't want to use the word aggressive because it sounds like in your face, you know, I don't like the word like push sales, push, like, I don't like to push things, right? What I mean by aggressive is that like, like people were showing up. People were like sending multiple emails a day. That was my advice for my clients, was like, I need you to be posting like multiple times a day. I need you to be sending multiple emails a day, especially as time runs out on your offers. Like you need to be showing up. And so if this has been an issue for you all along in your business, it's going to even be more obvious during these times when like it's time to really, really show up. So I want you to be honest in the comments. Are you ready to show up? Give me a yes or like a hell yes or like it's time. Even if you did show up really well this weekend, like here's the thing, you have momentum now. And that momentum is going to be what keeps you going, okay? Because we still have 30 days, ladies and gents. We still have about 30 days before Santa comes. And that's why like I joke, like it's not over until Santa comes down the chimney. Like we literally have so much more time, right? And like, this is where it's so important to show up. And Vianney's saying yes, because I'm too quiet. And like, thank you. That is so much beautiful self-awareness, because sometimes we are too quiet. And I've had these issues in the past. Like, this is why I talk about this, because I think that we forget that we are our own number one advocate. Like no one else out there is going to go and advertise our Cyber Monday deal for us, right? And I know even like, here's the thing, Alexis, who's on here, gave herself permission to continue her Cyber Monday through today, through Tuesday, because she was like, you know what? I needed more time. I feel like I wanted to offer more stuff. I wanted to show up more. And so she's been showing up all day in all of her places. I've been watching you, Alexis. And I'm so proud, because I think that's the other piece of it, is like, you get to make the rules here, guys. You're a boutique. You're not, you know, Sears well, I shouldn't even say Sears. They're like dead. But like, you're not Nordstrom, right? You don't have to advise with 14 different people what your sale is going to be, when it's going to end, what it's going to be. It's just you, right? So you get to make the rules here, which is the coolest part. So it doesn't matter what you do. It matters how you show up. And like I said, all my clients offer completely different things in completely different ways, but I watched them and they all showed up. Like they showed up. I posted like a highlight reel on Instagram. And I think it's really important for me to share with you like what's happening in the boutique world, because I think there's a lot of Facebook groups, there's a lot of like kind of Debbie Downer people who, and listen, I see them. I am not immune to having like women come to me and be like, I'm struggling, Emily, I need help. And like, I get it, but here's the thing is like, you have to be your number one advocate. You have to see that other people are being successful and figure out where you can go inside and say like, how can I show up more? How can I do better? How can I provide a better service for my people, right? So type in the comments, yes, if you are committing with me for the next 30 days to like really truly show up, even if fear pops in, doubt pops in. Oh my God, are they gonna unsubscribe? Are they gonna unfollow me? Cause like that happens, right? I had a friend today say to me, are you worried? Like, are you fearful when you post results of your clients? And I said, you know what? I used to be, because I used to worry that I would trigger people and that they would, you know, feel like I'm not good enough, or how come that's not happening for me? But what I always remember is when my coach, 3 years ago now, when I started this consulting business, she was posting results of her clients. And I was like, oh my God, how am I going to get there? And what I see now is that it was showing me what's possible. it showed me where I could be. And I mean, now those numbers that she was posting were like silly. Like I blow those away all the time. And that's the thing, is you need to understand that what your reality is today is not what it needs to be tomorrow or the next day or the next day or the next year or the next year. You get to stop and create this. Okay? So like, here's the deal, is like, I want those results for you. And that's why I post them, because I know it's possible for you. I like 1,000 times over know that all of this is possible for you, because the women that I'm posting results for are just like you. They're just normal women who love their boutique and wanted to sell clothes. Like they're literally just like you. Okay? So like, take down the walls, take down the like, oh, she's better than me. Like, we're all the same here. Okay? We all get to create what we want. And what the difference becomes is how we're showing up, how often we're showing up. And this is where my tip number 2 comes in, where I'm talking about you have to take consistent action. I wrote consistent action and activity is a key to your success. So I've seen a lot of people posting and emailing me still. I don't think I'll ever stop getting these emails. And I see you guys saying yes. I see it. I love it. Like, I see still some people, and again, I will never stop getting these, and that's cool because I know it's a thing. They say, I don't know what's going on. I get traffic to my site, but I don't get sales. Or I can't seem to get sales. I don't know what's going on. And like, my number one question to these people is always like, how consistent are you with taking action? How consistent are you doing that showing up thing that we talked about, right? And you might have noticed, I have shown up very consistently posting a lot in the online world. My face hasn't shown up a lot this month. That's because I took a break. Like, you guys are all out there working. I have a whole group I'm running with 100+ people in it who I'm supporting. I have a bunch of one-on-one clients I'm supporting. And so marketing for me, outreach to new people, wasn't that important. The podcast went away. We're going to start the new season next week. I needed a break, right? And so this is the cool part, is that when you start to grow your business, when you get to a point where you are, I've had this business now for 3 years. It's not a new business anymore. And so I'm allowed to take breaks. I'm allowed to say, when do I need to focus on this and when do I need to focus on that? However, we're still consistently posting. I'm still consistently sending emails every Monday. If you're on our email list, every Monday you're getting an email from me. We are taking consistent action. So I want to also hear, yes, I'm going to show up and I'm going to take consistent action. So give me some hearts if you're ready to take consistent action. And like, I would love for you to type in the comments, like, what for you is most important for this consistent action? Because the other piece of it is, women like to say, boutique owners like to be like, I'm going to be on Facebook, I'm going to be on Instagram, I'm going to be on Pinterest, I'm going to be in my group, I'm going to be like, stop. I want to hear from you in the comments, one place for the next 30 days that you are going to show up and take that consistent action. Just one. And honestly, it should be one that feels fun for you and one where you have seen some sales or some traction, let's just say that, okay? Because I know for me, Facebook's a great place for me to show up. I've shown up consistently on Facebook for 3 years. 3 years, okay? Like, 35 people don't join a Facebook Live because I've been doing it for a day, okay? Like, be realistic, right? Now, Instagram, that's something I'm starting to grow. That's something where I'm starting to really feel like I'm gaining some traction. So tonight when I came on, I was like, should I go on Instagram Live too? And I chose not to because it's a technical thing that I need to figure out, right? But like, where are you going to commit? And I see people saying their Facebook page. Is that Patricia saying emails? Love that. Lolo saying Facebook. Leslie's also saying Facebook. Debbie is saying IG. Awesome, Debbie. Ashley loves Facebook Live. Lexi's also saying IG. Naomi, Facebook. Cool, you guys. Debbie, don't worry. The replay will be posted. Leslie says, I have to schedule more live time on Facebook. I am reinventing my boutique. Awesome. Schedule more live time. Be consistent. If you ever notice, I usually come on live Monday or Tuesday nights. It's just like when I feel excited to. And it's also, honestly, a lot of times it's when you guys kind of aren't in your store. So like you have a little extra time. Normally I would go on later, but I have a group call tonight. Ashley said, my posts of other people's results gave me hope and more dreams and excitement. Yeah, and listen, here's the thing is because I truly believe because so many big box retailers are kind of closing, we have a great opportunity as boutiques to step up and really provide an amazing service, amazing women-to-women service for our customers, right? Women to moms for their kids, right? You know, like this is where we can really step up. Okay. I'm a rock star with my 3-year-old Facebook group. I'm learning Instagram, so I'm saying Instagram. Cool. So Sadie, I would also just say like be super, like stay on point and consistent. And I would almost, honestly, challenge you in that 3-year-old Facebook to double down a little bit more. Like go a little harder. And that sounds a little crazy, but to be honest with you, when I go hard or when I like really show up, when I'm doing launches, like 6-Figure Blueprint's gonna be launching in about 5 weeks. And so we're prepping for that. And I'm gonna be promoting that everywhere, but I really double down on Facebook. I spend a big deal of money, like a grand deal of money on Facebook ads. I show up on Facebook Live almost every single day during that week. And you know, who knows? I think this year we're looking at doing more on Instagram. We're definitely like, I've been growing Pinterest behind the scenes. So, you know, maybe next year will be the Pinterest ad year. You know, this year I'll probably test out some Instagram story ads, things like that. But double down on your Facebook group. Anne says Facebook, yeah. Jen, IG, not spending enough time there. So here's the thing, you guys. You can choose to spend more time, but I want you to make sure that you have some traction there, right? So like if you have 200 Instagram likes and you're not seeing a lot of people coming from Instagram going to your site, like that might not be the right thing, right? Like I want you to commit to the thing that's really working and double down on it. Like that to me is where you can be really consistent and that's where you can see a lot of results. To me, like January, February, March, those are great times to start to learn about new things. Like do more on Instagram, whatever. So consistent action. Okay. My third tip. So my first tip was show up. My second tip is be consistent. My third tip, and I'm again reading from all my notes, is just because the Super Bowl of retail may not have been a hit, like it may not have been a hit this weekend, you still have the entire holiday season. Like you still have 30 days. Do you know how much money you can make in 30 days? I did a live like a year or two ago and we still like replay it. We still like repost it and stuff. In December, my very first year in my truck, I did $25,000 in sales, my first year. And again, like it was my first year and I always like, I was telling a friend, I was like, I can't believe I did that well in the first year of my business. She goes, Emily, that wasn't the first year. You worked in retail for 7 years before that. Like it wasn't just like some new thing you decided to do. Like you knew what you were doing, right? And so this is why so I say my first year, but like I had spent many holiday seasons in stores as a merchant and all that jazz. So that's the thing. I want you to start setting a goal. I want you to set a must goal. How much must you make in the next 30 days? And then how much would feel like so amazing? What's that stretch goal? Like, what is that big number that like scares you a little bit? But like, if you got it, you'd be like, yes. Right? Commit to showing up. We've talked about that a lot. And be more of yourself. Okay? So I think that's a good transition because Kate said she did a live sale last night. She saw a good amount of sales. She needs to keep showing up there. Yeah, Kate, you do. Keep showing up there and keep being more of yourself. Keep sharing more of your stories. Keep like talking to people about how this is your passion. You know, one of the things we forget about is we're like, this is for sale. It's $10. This is for sale. It's $20. You know what I mean? Like we get really wrapped up in the product and we forget to sort of romance our customer. We forget to like tell them about ourselves. We forget, like I'll literally, and I kind of joke about this, but like I posted on Instagram once, like, please, when you message me, like, tell me what your name is. Cause like, I don't know your name. Like you send it from like, you know, Hugs and Kisses Boutique. And I'm like, hi, like, thanks for writing. Jenny, Jamie, Sarah, Katie, I don't know. Like, I don't know your name, you know? And so like put more of yourself into your business, okay? You have a personal brand, whether you think you do or not. Like, honestly, that is, again, like, that's one of the things that I've been seeing like so much success with the boutiques that I posted results for, is like they're really embracing the fact that they are the leader in their business. They are the brand. They are like, it's a personal brand where they sell clothes. So how much more can you show up and be yourself and tell your stories? And again, like, we don't need to like go on and on with stories, but like be personable. Like, pretend you're at a pop-up event on your Facebook Live. Like, share a story. We've been sharing more of my Instagram. So I'll say this really quickly. And you know what? I have time for like a few questions. So if you have questions, post them in the comments below, okay? So I'll do a little open Q&A for you guys as my like Giving Tuesday. So one of the things that I realized is that I was doing a lot of teaching on Facebook, right? I for a couple years, I was really talking about the numbers. I was talking about inventory management. I was talking about all this really like hardcore like teaching stuff. And what I've realized is I've developed as a leader and developed as a coach and consultant is like, I actually do much more transformational work as I've been growing, right? And so I've been sharing that transformational journey, sharing those transformational stories. Like, a lot of what's going to be in my next book is a lot of this transformation stuff. And what I realized is that, like, oh my gosh, like a client said to me, you know, I learned so much from you on Facebook, but then I went to Instagram and I learned about you. And I was like, oh my gosh, like, that's so good. Like, oh my God, what a great mirror, right? And I felt like I really needed to start sharing that on Facebook. So if you've noticed over the past month or so, 2 months, we've been sharing a lot of my Instagram posts here on Facebook, and they have been getting the best engagement, like so much engagement, because that's what you guys want. You want to know more about me. You want to know more about what I care about. You want to know about the transformation that is available to you as a leader in your boutique business, right? And so just, you know, if you want, use me as an example where like people really do want to know more about you. They really want to know like who you are, like your kid, just like you get to know them. Right? It has to go both ways. That energy exchange of like being a business owner and being a customer, client, right? Like that goes both ways. And so I think it's really important for you to understand that that's a big part. It's not just about this is $25, right? So, okay. Oh, you love my sweater. Thanks. I love it too. It's like, I don't feel like it's showing the color very well, but it's the beautiful new chenille situation that's happening. Barbara says, hi Barbara, personable. This amazes me. I want to see more. It's not letting me see more. Hold on. Ugh. Hold on. Personable. This amazes me. When I post a product, a few people like it. When I do a touchy-feely post, maybe you get more engagement. I'm sorry. I'm going to try to look on my, hold on. People are all over it. Yeah, okay, I can see that on my iPad now. Yeah, you know why? Because people actually want to use social media to connect with people. Like, I think the days are over where people are just like, and I think this happened a lot with direct selling, and not just clothes direct selling, like skincare and weight loss and all that jazz. I think people just sort of got sick of being sold to. And so, you know, one of the things Grant Cardone talks about is that he doesn't buy things from people he doesn't know. And so, like, take that seriously. Take that really seriously. People want to know you. Like, know, trust. They get to, they start to like you. Okay? And I see this happen for me. People are like, oh my gosh, I like her. Like, she's cool. Like, she's loud. She's, like, got some interesting things to say. But then they try some of my techniques. And they work. Because I teach. I'm a teacher. Okay? I've done this. I've been where you are. Like, for 15 years. And so then they trust me because it works, right? And then Like, know, trust. Oh, they get to like me, then they get to know me, then they try my stuff and it works. Right? So the more that people get to know you, the more they're going to want to buy from you, right? And so that's why number one, my like top tip of the week is like, let people get to know you, show up. Like step one to letting people know you is for you to show up, right? So that always will translate into sales, is the more you show up, the more you are like in a place of wanting to show up, feeling good, feeling great about your product, feeling great about yourself, the more people want to buy from you. So let me answer some of these questions. I'm sorry, I see them coming in. And I love these goals. Jen is going for 15K this month. Leslie says my must is 10. Leslie, your stretch is 20, my friend. Tracy asked, should we be doing more lives during the month of December? Tracy, I think you have to do what works for you. So if lives really work for you, yeah, do more lives. You know, give people more opportunity to buy. Especially, I would front load the month, because if you're shipping, you know, the shipping times are gonna like check with the post office. I don't know the details of all that, but make sure that you can get it to them in time. Okay, so I would like front load whatever you're doing. Okay, Jocelyn. Hi, Jocelyn. How often do you think we should sprinkle in posts about ourselves? Like what percentage should it be in between our product, education, sales, etc.? Jocelyn, I think every post should have a bit of you in it, okay? To be honest with you, like, and this can be, and that might sound kind of crazy, but, you know, I think I think there's probably a couple posts if you scroll down my feed that you're like, maybe Emily didn't post this. But mostly, like, it's my voice, it's my character, it's my, you know, I think you have to sort of develop your voice in your business, Jocelyn. And so what I would say is when you are doing a sales post, when you are doing a product education, like, do it in your voice, right? And, like, talk like you would talk. Like, one of the things I'm starting to do is actually voice record chapters of my book, because writing has been like a little bit tricky for me lately, and it's just, it doesn't feel right. But like, Lord knows I can talk all day long. And so that's sort of been my hack is to voice record myself. So maybe what you want to do, and this is a great tip for anyone, is really like voice record. Like everyone has a phone that has a voice recorder on it. Voice record how you feel about the product. Voice record, what you're doing, and you can transcribe it. I think you can even do like talk to text, right? On a lot of phones. So maybe that's how you end up kind of putting your voice in everything. So I don't think it's like, here's the thing. It's like not a percentage thing. Like, I always say post once or twice a day, double down when it's a live a week, double down where it's really working, things like that. But to be honest with you, as long as you're being consistent, you're taking action, you're showing up as yourself, and you're feeling good about yourself and your business, that's like really the core of all of this. Like, you should see results. You should. Results aren't guaranteed. Okay, Katie says, definitely agree. If they don't know you, they won't buy. Totally. Brenna, my problem is more that I only have people I know in my group and they can't buy everything. I don't know how to gain more members. So Brenna, this is like... So it's funny, over the past couple years, I've gone from like, don't have a group to like, well, if you have a group then, and it works, then keep it and do it and whatever. And I've gotten like a lot of crap for saying like, don't have a Facebook group, especially when I sit here with a Facebook group of like over 5,000, right? But like the thing is with the Facebook group, the way that my Facebook group grows, and I'm going to tell you right now, is because I come here, I do a Facebook Live on my business page. At the beginning of every live, I say, hey guys, I'm going to share this to my Facebook group. You can join by typing the Fashion Trick Tribe above. That's how I grow my group. I then post this video on YouTube, and a ton of people come over from YouTube. So I very organically grow my group because I talk about it a lot publicly. The issue with having a group is that it's not public, and so people can't just find you. So the way to get around that, honestly, is to have a business page. Like, I don't know. I teach business pages. I love business pages. But like, you have to figure out how to get people in that group. So another idea I have for you, Brenna, is to maybe ask people in your group to share. Like, you know, hey, you guys, you love this group. I love that you love it. I'd love for, you know, you to tell your friends. For every person you refer, you get, you know, $5 in bucks or something. I don't know. You get entered to win a raffle, something or other. I don't, you know, like, don't take me word for word here, but like, you know, maybe give them an incentive so that they want to share you, right? Like, I don't know. So Brenna, I feel for you. The group thing is so hard, especially if you came from direct sales. That's like what they taught you. And so it's like a tough spot to be in. You know, the only way to grow your group is to publicly talk about it. So figure out how to do that, whether it's IG or it's Facebook business page. That's my best tip for you. Okay. Linda says, I have to show up more. I kind of let life get in the way. So Linda, I would check in with your resistance around showing up. Because when we let life get in the way, if we're allowing it, right? So there's moments where, and I've had this happen very recently, where I think life is going to go one way and my body says no. My brain says, oh, hell no. And it is hard to show up. It is definitely hard to show up. So I totally get that. So I don't want to discount when life really is in a place where like it is in the way. That's real, okay? But I also want to check in with you on this, like letting life get in the way. Because if we're letting it, and it's like, you know, we're watching Hallmark movies and we're eating bonbons and we're whatever, we're working late at our 9 to 5 because we said yes and we don't have boundaries and yada yada, right? Like, you know, you guys get the difference. We're adults, right? If we're letting things get in the way, then let's check in with where that resistance is coming from, because by letting things get in the way of what you really want, there's some sort of fear, there's some sort of resistance. So what are you worried about, Linda? What are you worried about, and what are you allowing to control you, really, right? Like, so check in with yourself. I don't want to discount anyone that's like their life gets in the way and it's real life hard stuff, because that is real, okay? But if it is just like I'm screwing around on my phone, like sleeping in too late, or, you know, there are ways to come back and have a little bit more discipline and have a schedule. One of the things I had my boot campers do the very first week of the Boutique Basics bootcamp course is they actually took an inventory of their time. And I said, I want you to spend a week tracking your time. What are you doing during the week? Because so many of us can literally just kind of like junk away our time. And time is the most valuable thing we have. Like literally so valuable, we can't even put a price on it, right? And so Linda, maybe you want to do that too. Maybe you want to like sort of see like, where am I like allowing myself to not have a boundary? Where am I sort of like not, you know, scheduling myself right? And also like if something real, you know, if you're listening to this and like something real is going on in your life that like you need to take a break, like take a break and like give yourself some grace and like heal and rest, and that's totally allowed too, okay? So like, I would just check in with yourself, my friend. Okay. Meryl says, I love this. People love posts of my horse and me doing things together. I need to use this more. Yes, you do, Meryl. You and your horse are like so cool. I'm actually going to take horseback riding lessons, and like seeing you and Christine post all your like horseback stuff makes me like so excited. Okay, Brenna, hardly any post engagement. So, okay, hopefully that helps. Jocelyn, awesome. So glad that helps. Okay, Alyssa, what about going live and allowing yourself to be the face of the brand, but being worried about personal safety? I am from a country with a high crime rate. So, Alyssa, I hope I'm saying that right. Alyssa Marie. So if you are worried about your personal safety, then before I go live, I would make sure that none of your address is anywhere. Your location is turned off on everything. And you know what? Maybe live isn't for you. Maybe you want to do pre-recorded videos and post them. You know, your safety comes first. Like, first and foremost, our personal safety is number one. I want to make sure that, especially as a woman, you feel safe and you feel protected. So I don't want to tell you to do a live if you don't feel comfortable and if you feel like you're putting yourself at risk. So let's make sure all your location services are off. Let's make sure anything distinguishable, like about your house or your surroundings, like, I mean, I want you to be in like a white room, you know? And I want you to feel good. Listen, if you're going to go live and you're going to feel unsafe the whole time, the energy of that is going to feel really crappy and people are going to pick up on that, right? So maybe you want to do something really, everyone's pressuring me to attach my face to my brand, but in Trinidad, it's tricky. Okay, my face to my brand. So I do think that's hard because I think, you know, you do want to put your face to your brand. Or listen, Alyssa, I hope I'm saying that right. People think you're loaded and target you. Oh, I'm sorry. So, okay. So you have to say what country you're in. This is a hard spot, my love. Maybe you want to use lots of different models, and maybe you want to tell people that you don't hold inventory. Maybe you want to tell people, oh gosh, it's so hard. I'm so sorry. I'm really not coming up with good answers for you. I apologize. But I do want to make sure that you're safe. And so, you know, my ideas for you would be use lots of different models. Don't necessarily tell people where you are. I don't know. Alana, maybe she could have an avatar. That's a great idea. Maybe you put, you know, maybe you don't use your face. Maybe you just use below, or you use some sort of like stock face that you get off online and you put your, that's a great idea, Alana. I really like that. Maybe you could buy a stock image of a woman who sort of looks like you, but isn't you. I don't know. And sort of plant her head on your clothes. I don't know. It is a hard one. It's a hard one. I like that you use different influencers. I think that's a great idea. Regardless, they're going to get great reach. So I hope those are some good ideas. Yeah, Brenna says she has a secondary Facebook page. She never posts from her personal account. I love that. Yeah, if you feel like your safety is in danger, you guys, like absolutely, like please take as many precautions as you can, okay? Okay, hopefully that helps. Okay, thank you. I'm feeling for you. But I know you can overcome this. Obviously, you've found a lot of great solutions, and that's, you know, honestly, Elisa Marie, what I can tell you is that one of the biggest strengths of being a business owner truly is being a great problem solver. And it sounds like you're doing that. So I want to encourage you to continue to like solve these problems in the best way for yourself. Okay. Okay, cool. All right. Let me, so a couple more questions here. Georgia, oh my gosh, first Christmas, orders slow and stuff selling out, stress. Orders slow and stuff selling out. So Georgia, you got to work on your like personal vibration, my love. Like if you're stressed, I don't know how things are slow, but things are selling out. I don't get that, but the stress part needs to calm down. Okay. So glad you're here, Brianna. Welcome. Watching me on YouTube. Linda says I'm right. It's part of life. Linda says, I'm wondering if I limited myself just doing kids and not women's too, you know. Yeah, you know what? I think that when you are in a kids business, it can be a little bit harder. You know, I've seen we have some really successful kids boutiques hanging out with me in some of my groups, and we have some ones that are just still starting. I think the kid thing, you know, it is like about getting people to take pictures of their kids and the items. Like, I think that's like a huge piece of it. I think it's also like showing it on a kid. The kids business is a bit different than women's business. So that could be part of it for sure. Anne says she felt, I feel like I've let life get in the way because I don't know how to show up as myself. I'm scared to, but deaf working and getting over that. Yeah. So Anne, go back to any mindset things you've done with me. Go back, can keep going back, keep going back, keep going back. You guys, mindset work is a daily practice. Okay. It is so important to continue to do mindset work. I actually sat here last night on the couch and I read my book. I read some chapters of my new book to Greg, my husband, and I was like, I had written these chapters 6 months ago, and I was reading them again, and I was like, I'm still going through that. Like, I'm still dealing with this. And obviously to a lesser degree, obviously in a much more aware way, but what keeps showing up, like, you've got to show up for, you know? Like, what does Gabby say? She says, you've got to show up for what keeps coming up. Gabby Bernstein, my teacher and mentor. And I think it's true, you do. So, and keep working on it. Brianna says, right now I have 6 pieces. Is that a good amount to start off with? Absolutely, Brianna. Start before you're ready. Like, just go, okay? Like, I think most people wait so long. They build up all this emotion around their launch, and then they don't make $1 million in a day, and they're disappointed, and they get in their heads, and then it's all this whole thing. So yeah, start before you're ready. Start as soon as possible, Brianna. Georgia, having my first ladies night on Thursday, need ideas, have food, wines, fashion, Oprah's favorite things, Georgia's favorite things. Yeah, I love that. If you're having a ladies night in your store, Georgia, please don't also go live, okay? I want you to focus on one thing at a time. And I love the idea of Georgia's favorite things. I actually was gonna write an article about Oprah's favorite things and how you should do that for your boutique. I pitched it to a magazine, but yeah, absolutely do Georgia's favorite things and just sell. Just focus on selling and showing up for your people in person, Georgia. You do have a brick and mortar. I remember that. So don't overcomplicate it. We don't have to overcomplicate things to sell it. That's a block too, okay? We just have to show up. We have to say, we love these clothes. They look amazing on you. Boom, done, okay? Like this sweater, Long Tall Sally. I got it last weekend at Long Tall Sally, and the ladies there were so helpful. They didn't have to run contests. There was no sales. I think I paid full price for everything I got. And the customer service was just phenomenal, okay? Phenomenal. I felt so loved. I felt so safe. I felt so beautiful. And that is what having a boutique is about, okay? So I would, Georgia, just focus. Okay, cool. Joan says, mindset has been lifelong. Orders are taking longer. Yeah, totally. And listen, sometimes you may have to ship things 2 days if it's not coming on time. I absolutely used to ship things 2 days, and sometimes we just have to do that. So, okay, you guys, thanks so much for joining me. I will talk to you guys all really soon. I've got some really great new stuff coming up. We have 6-figure blueprint. I have a retreat coming up in Texas that I'm gonna talk to you guys about later this week. So I'm really excited. I've taken some downtime, and now, hello, I'm back. So I wanted to come on and serve and share and just really encourage you guys to keep showing up. You've got time, okay? This could be a December that is better than you expect. Let's just say that, okay? Sending you all so much love. I'll talk to you very soon. Bye.